I'm going to show you the sales script my clients are using to collect four-figure amount on their sales goals. But before we get started, I want to tell you what are the three reasons why you cannot collect cash on your goals right now. The three reasons that you face are non-financial objections that you prospect express, such as they don't believe in you, they don't believe in your product, they have to think about it, they have to speak with their partner, or maybe they have some financial constraints and they tell you that they don't have the money right now, they tell you that your program is too expensive, or the third reason why you cannot collect four-figure amount on your sales goals is because of your inability to execute on the framework that I'm about to teach you in this video. And first I want to share with you one mindset tip that is really important. If you don't see yourself as the leader on the sales goal, the following errors will happen when you execute the script that I'm about to share with you. That's why the first and the most important thing in this entire video that I want you to understand is to be the leader on the sales goal and follow the script. Otherwise, a mistake that might happen, which happens quite a lot of time for coaches, because they're trying to build this good rapport with the prospects and they just want to be nice with them. And just because you want to be nice with your prospect, you're not able to maximize the cash that you collect on the call. And the mistake that happens is that you're giving them installment options immediately. You're also giving them multiple installment options at once when presenting the price. Another mistake that I see people do is that they're letting the prospect go off the phone to think about it and then they can follow up with them. And 99% of the times, people just ghost you and they don't come back. You're also not confirming the follow-up call in case you actually schedule a follow-up call with your prospect. And if you do schedule this sort of follow-up call, you forget to take a deposit. But let me tell you the flow that you can use to maximize your cash collected. And everything starts before the sales call, not the moment where you present the investment. So here's the flow that you can use before the call so you can prepare yourself to collect as much cash as possible. First and foremost, you want to gather information about the prospect based on their calendar application. You want to know their current monthly revenue, you want to know how much they're making, you want to know their investment budget. Of course, when you're on sales calls, make sure to be in a quiet environment. Just minimize all the distractions so you can be focused and follow the script. And of course, you want to state a clear agenda. As I told you previously, you want to be the leader in this call. So you want to guide the conversation, keep it on track and efficient. These are like a few tips that will be really important to you when maximizing your cash collected. But now let's go into the nitty-gritty part of this video and tell you what to do after you present your investment to be able to maximize the cash that you collect. So once you present the investment, we have two options or scenarios. The first one is that the prospect is good with the price, they're good with the investment, so you just proceed to the sale, which is always the best case scenario. But when this doesn't happen, you start and ask about payment plans. Like whenever someone tells you, right now I don't have the budget, the program is too expensive, whatever financial objections people state, you always ask them this: don't you have the investment right now? Because most of my clients pay upfront. Depends on their answer. If they say no or yes, you proceed and you see where is the resistance and you identify what is the real objection. Because let's be honest, cash is not the problem most of the time. Because buyers are liars. And here you want to identify what is the real objection. So how do you do that? You use the following words. Yeah, Mr. Prospect, I completely understand you and I never want money to be the reason that is stopping someone to work with me because I know how much success we're going to have working together. So tell me, how much cash do you actually have right now? And you want to determine their cash in hand. You want to check on their answers that they gave you on the application form, which is why it is important to prepare yourself prior to the call. Maybe you want to see if you had any prior conversations with them in the DMs and see what is their income. You maybe want to talk about their checkings, about their savings, about the credits, investments, or find some other options. The whole idea behind these words that I shared with you is to determine how much cash the prospect really has on hand once you identify that the money is the real objection. And when you identify like how much cash they actually have, a mistake that many coaches do is that they immediately present the payment plan that matches their cash in hand. But this is a huge mistake because as I told you, buyers are liars. And you want to see if this money that they have right now is a fact, not a feeling. Because sometimes they might have, let's say, $1,000, but they might tell you I have 500 only. So the way you really discover this is by presenting installment options that are one tier above cash in hand. So let me give you an example. Let's say you discover that the prospect has $3,000 total cash on hand right now. You never ever review that you have $3,000 a month payment plan, or worse, you review that you have $2,000 a month payment plan. Instead, what you do is that you choose one tier above cash in hand, which in this case can be the fact that you have $4,000 a month payment plan. Because you never want to review the real one, because as I told you, if they really don't have the money, they will tell you, oh hey, this is my only money, I cannot afford this 4,000, do you have anything for 3,000? And of course you can tell them that you have. But when you present this one tier above cash in hand, if they actually have the money, they will accept. And that's why we do that. Another tip that I want to give you, like when presenting this installment options, is to never ever review more than one installment plan. Because the more options you give them, the more you confuse people. That's why you just give only one option at a time. As I told you, start with one tier above cash in hand. If they really don't have this money, then drop the ladder one tier by the time. You want to discover that this is a fact, not an emotion. This is why we do that. And that's how you can actually maximize the cash that you collect on your sales goal. By simply following this script that I told you, by identifying what is the real objection first, then identifying how much cash they have in hand, and then you go to presenting cash on hand.